Good evening, fight fans. I'm the Doctor. This is Pro Wrestling Express. Tonight, the match the entire Mon Valley has been waiting for, Rantula versus Bone Crusher. The ex-champion looking for a measure of revenge against the Gentleman's Club, and also a special dark match, Quinn versus Colonel Payne.
Are you tired of a wet basement? We at A Better Choice Waterproofing and Restoration would like you to know about our exclusive Permacrete method. Why dig or excavate? Most basement waterproofing can be done with our PennDOT approved, environmentally safe strengthening agent, Permacrete. We offer free estimates, transferable and written warranties. Call 1-800-343-2357 so your family can make a better choice.
And here they come, Tarantula, with his new entourage, and of course escorted by, as always, the lovely Black Widow. It is Rantula, the former PWX Heavyweight Champion. He's back now, recuperated after the ambush put on him by the members of the Gentleman Club, and he looks about as ready as I've ever seen him.
That's right, Doc, and he's getting the match he requested. He will be getting one of the members of the Gentleman's Club here. We're not sure which one it's going to be yet, but I have been told the gentleman in the ring with him and Rantula will from now on be collectively known as the Web.
Tarantula's Web. Outstanding.
How would you like to get caught in the web with the Black Widow lurking in the shadows?
Well, I don't know if the Black Widow would be so bad, but I wouldn't want those other two spiders in there with me. And
there's Bone Crusher. It looks like Bone Crusher is coming to the ring without the support of Quinn, Magnum, and Mad Mike.
Where's the rest of them? Bone Crusher heading in. Oh, and he wanted to get started right away, and Rantula was only too happy to oblige. Rantula taking the Bone Crusher down, takes him up off both feet and whips him into the turnbuckle. Rantula looks like a man who's going to settle for nothing but blood tonight. Gentleman Joe didn't even bother bringing the rest of the Gentleman's Club out. He knew what kind of a mood Rantula would be in.
He's just throwing the lamb to slaughter here, and he's showing that by not bringing Quinn and Mad Mike to the ring with him. Gentleman Joe wants no part of Rantula, and he's just throwing Bone Crusher to the wolves.
He's putting the boots right to the Bone Crusher right in front of Gentleman Joe and everyone else. Rantula's excitement got the best of him there for a little bit, and now Bone Crusher takes Rantula and himself over the top rope.
T landed on his feet, but Bone Crusher took a spike pile driver on his head.
Unbelievable. The Bone Crusher now has his head thrown into that hard post. The members of the Web giving him a lot of room. I don't know how long that's going to happen. It's probably a good thing Gentleman Joe didn't bring the rest of the Gentleman's Club out.
We would definitely have a knockdown, drag-out, slobber knocker.
Rantula takes him into another post. That's 2 out of 4, I'll tell you. And it's Rantula now going to pick him up and take him all the way around the ring, hitting every post at a time. Oh, I think that's what it is.
Now he's looking for Gentleman Joe.
That's what you call a beating on all 4 parts of the compass.
It's not Joe time. Oh!
How's that for a face full of goo? Rantula clearly not worried about the rules in this match. This match is to send a message.
A message received. Bone Crusher.
Loud and clear. Gentleman Joe's going to try to help him up, but if I'm Bone Crusher, I head right back to the locker room right now. I want no parts of the former champion. But the champion's going to bring him back into the ring the hard way.
I just can't believe Gentleman Joe would do this to a wrestler.
Over the top rope, suplex him in.
He either is a bigger idiot than we give him credit for, or he just doesn't care about Bone Crusher's well-being.
You can put nothing past Joe. Bone Crusher lying in a heap of goo and cold nacho cheese right in the middle of the ring.
Bone Crusher valiantly trying to fight back.
He's got nothing left. He's going to throw some rights into Rantula's solar plexus and head, but the big man has nothing of it. He's just standing there looking at him. That is pure 100% adrenaline. He's been waiting for this match for months, and now he's got the opportunity to do some damage.
Bone Crusher was in on that honeymoon havoc, but he's definitely paying for the sins of all.
Up and over, and he landed onto his side, and that's a key, wrestling fans. When you hear a double hit like that, that means that two parts of your body are taking the blow from that 6-foot drop.
Great point, and Rantula just pulling the man up, and now he goes to the throat.
Rantula clearly doesn't care about a win, doesn't care about a disqualification, doesn't care about anything but extracting a measure of revenge.
He could beat Bone Crusher at any point, I believe, right now, Doc, but he just wants to inflict pain on somebody that belongs to the Gentleman's Club.
Off the rope and into a hard clothesline. You can hear that echo all the way out in the concession stand.
T looks like he just came off the street off his bike to come in here and just beat somebody's ass. Going for the choke slam.
Unbelievable. Here it is, Bone Crusher somehow able to get to his feet. Now he wants no parts of it. He's going to try to skedaddle out, but he ran into the web.
He looked up and saw he was in the wrong part of town.
That Rantula web is nowhere to be. I don't care how many bones you think you can crush. Gentleman Joe wants him to get back into the ring, but the Bone Crusher wants nowhere to go. Rantula, all 6'8", I'm up on top and down. He brought that right hand from fully 15 feet up into the air.
And Joe Perry just turned tail and ran. He wanted no part of Rantula.
Here comes the T. Back into the ring. Bone Crusher gamely waits for him. Where is the rest of the Gentleman's Club? Rantula's got the Crusher. Sends him off the far rope, waits for him, but advertised that somewhere the Crusher able to bring that right foot. He brought that from nowhere. He's fighting purely on guts now and instinct.
Bone Crusher is definitely showing his heart in this match.
Oh, and he blows a kiss to the Black Widow.
That's going to do nothing but make the giant T even more angry.
That enraged him, and there you saw the double axe handle right to the chest. Rantula's got blood and fire in his eyes. He's showing the crowd that big right hand. That's only going to mean one thing, and he catches Crusher in it. He's going to try to take him up off his feet. Here it is, up choke slam.
Oh!
The referee, 1, 2, 3. Rantula hooks a leg. That's all you can do.
That was pretty much a moot point. He had that match won a long time ago.
Now he's still going to try to put some pain on him. Is he going to take him up into a pile driver? No.
A power bomb. Rantula taking out his vengeance on the Gentleman's Club. The web's got Joe Perry.
The web has Joe Perry.
I bet the Widow's going to go bitch slap him.
Where's the rest of the Gentleman's Club? He's going to take the Crusher up again. Up and down one more time. Look at the big man laugh.
We've got Colonel Payne coming to the ring. What's he doing down here?
And the web coming in after Payne.
Colonel Payne calling off Rantula.
He's trying to calm the big man down. He doesn't want to risk the big man getting a suspension or a fine.
That, or could he possibly be out here just to save Bone Crusher? Where's the Gentleman's Club?
The match is clearly over.
Joe is gone. He bailed out. He's out of the arena.
Colonel Payne recognizes that another wrestler is down in the ring. And Payne now trying to talk some sense into Rantula, trying to convince him to let Bone Crusher up and get back to the locker room.
Colonel Payne was able to get Rantula. And Doc, why don't you go try to get a word with T and his web?
Champ! Come on over here, Champ. Champ, I want to talk to you. A big win tonight. Looking fantastic. Members of your entourage.
Hey, I told you. I did it Jim's way. Now me and my bros are going to do it my way. The way the bikers take care of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
There you have it, folks, from the big man himself. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
And we stick together like blood, man. Nobody will get between us.
The champion with the members of the web. They mean business.
In 1987, a drunk ran a red light. My wife and little girl were killed.
I was in the hospital. I was young. I didn't know any better.
Their insurance company told me they'd take care of everything.
I got all my hospital bills paid, but I signed away all my rights. I didn't have a lawyer to protect me.
If you've been injured, you need to protect yourself. Call us at Prabanic & Prabanic.
Stop in at the gun rack to see our wide selection of new and used handguns and rifles at reasonable prices. The gun rack has reloading supplies, military relics, edged weapons, as well as antique and modern collectibles, plus a great assortment of accessories. We also specialize in gun repair and rebluing. Located on Route 136 between Route 51 and West Newton, Pennsylvania. Call 412-872-7774. That's 872-7774.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
Heavyweight pizza, that's what that is.
Okay?
Oh,
great.
It's wonderful.
Like anything else.
It's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
JB, what's your favorite part here?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is a heavyweight pizza, but to me, the main event are the wings.
The wings.
Yeah.
Figures, you little high flyer.
Oh, all right.
I gotta go with the Mama's Pizza Pie myself. Yeah, you know what?
You like that?
They got a large special going on. Large pepperoni pizza, $5.99 every day delivered.
Oh,
you can't beat it.
No, you can't beat that.
Woo!
Are you tired of a wet basement? We at A Better Choice Waterproofing and Restoration would like you to know about our exclusive Permacrete method. Why dig or excavate? Most basement waterproofing can be done with our PennDOT approved, environmentally safe strengthening agent, Permacrete. We offer free estimates, transferable and written warranties. Call 1-800-343-2357 so your family can make a better choice.
This match could be an exciting grudge match. A big, long history between the members of the Gentlemen's Club, including Quinn Magnum, versus this Colonel Payne. Colonel has stepped into the ring to stop the Gentlemen's Club from inflicting a beating on another wrestler, and Bone Crusher from the Gentlemen's Club stepped into the ring to stop Mad Mike from inflicting a beating onto Colonel Payne.
Right, and how is this going to affect the psyche of the Gentlemen's Club?
Because the Gentlemen's Club clearly is torn about their feelings regarding Colonel Payne. Do they want to save him from a beating, or do they want to give him a beating?
It looks to me like Quinn Magnum coming down to the ring for his first PWX title defense here on the belt that he won from Rantula, substituting for Mad Mike. So there's so many different things going on in the Gentlemen's Club mind right now. Where does Colonel Payne fit in?
Colonel Payne getting a title shot versus Quinn Magnum. The Gentlemen's Club. Who will show up in the Gentlemen's Club? What kind of mood will they be in? And are they going to help Quinn Magnum? Are they going to act in a concerted effort to help their men maintain the heavyweight belt?
That's one thing we're about to find out. And as the new PWX Heavyweight Champion comes to the ring, there is no other members of the Gentlemen's Club with him either.
There's Magnum. There's Gentleman Joe. Where's Bone Crusher and Mad Mike? Clearly, over Colonel Payne, some bad blood has developed between the other two members of the Gentlemen's Club.
There definitely has to be something going on in the back of their mind, because the Gentlemen's Club has always been, for 4 years, a unified force in Pro Wrestling Express. And now they're showing cracks in their armor.
Suddenly, over the course of the last month, we've seen some unbelievable dents in their armor. And now, as in what should be their crowning moment, as one of their own is about to make his first title defense of the heavyweight belt, where are they to be found?
Obviously nowhere, and this might be the right time for Colonel Payne to step up and take that PWX title from Quinn Magnum.
Oh, it's a Colonel turned his back on the champion. You can't do that, especially against someone from the Gentlemen's Club, because a gentleman they ain't.
Doc, you've said that repeatedly over the last several weeks on this program, that you cannot turn your back on another wrestler inside those ropes. And repeatedly, guys keep doing it. When are they actually going to tune in and listen to you?
You'd think they'd be able to tell this. But I'll tell you, that's an interesting fact, though, Mark. When you have a manager, someone like Gentleman Joe, he can teach you the little things. He'll teach you never to turn your own back, and he'll also teach you that any time a chump turns his back on you, take full advantage of it.
That's right. Gentleman Joe is never one not to bend the rules and take advantage of them. And when there's another wrestler out there that's showing his inexperience or lack of respect for the man in the ring, Gentleman Joe's going to have his guy take advantage of that every time.
And with that DDT, suddenly what had started out as a dream opportunity for Colonel Payne has become something of a nightmare.
Joe seems to be wearing a nice new gold chain there around his neck, Doc. You think maybe he's cashing in on Quinn's winnings a little bit?
Well, when you've got the heavyweight champion in your stable, obviously his purses are going to increase, and your take as a manager is also going to increase.
It certainly is, and Quinn Magnum is definitely on the advantage in this match. Quinn's giving Colonel Payne a pounding here and delivering some chops to the upper chest area and into the throat.
That's a big jab slap, and you're right. He's not just hitting him on the chest, he's catching him up in the throat. Now he throws the Colonel into the turnbuckle, goes to the big slash, but the Colonel able to move. Quinn Magnum stunned. I think Magnum thought he was going to be able to end this match early, and it looks like the Colonel able to move out, and Magnum has managed to stun himself. Colonel gets a 2 count, but he didn't grab the leg there.
Colonel's quick to make the cover there, but he's got to grab that leg. He made those same mistakes in his match a few weeks back against Mad Mike.
At that time, he catches the champion. Now remember, the Colonel still probably suffering the effects of that beating he took at the hands of Mad Mike. You remember at that last match, he had his nose broken. And on that particular maneuver, it looks like he tried to use the front of his face, and probably his nose, and I'll bet that hurt him. Now he's got Quinn Magnum. He had the leg hook, but didn't cover the shoulders, and Magnum able to roll out of that pin.
Yeah, Colonel Payne tried to kind of nonchalantly cover the man, and Quinn rakes the eyes, and Colonel Payne's down again.
Down again and covering that face.
It takes several weeks to come back from a broken nose and really breathe right.
Now the
so Colonel Payne's got to be feeling the effects of that still.
The champion hits him with a flying shoulder block, and Payne rolls out of the ring. Remember, in wrestling, there is no timeouts, but if you're able to roll out of that ring, the referee usually will give you a 10 count, but your opponent doesn't have to, and the champion's going to follow him right out, hit him with a big elbow right on the concrete.
Quinn Magnum showing reckless abandon for his own body, giving Colonel Payne a whooping outside on the concrete.
Well, that's what being the champion is all about. You don't get to be the champion if you're worried about how you're going to come out of the match. All you want to do is be on top when that pinfall occurs. Other than that, you don't really care how much of a beating you get. And there's another big elbow from the top rope. And it looked like the Colonel was going to be down, but somehow he's able to roll that left shoulder out. Quinn Magnum's been a little lax. Well, both wrestlers have been a little lax in their attempted pinfalls today. Now he's got him up, and the Colonel able to reverse that. Down with the attempted jawbreaker, but the champion Magnum was able to reverse that jawbreaker.
Yeah, Colonel Payne was going for his finisher there, and Quinn Magnum gives him a headbutt into the lower midsection, if you know what I mean.
Now the champion's going to try to take him into the center of the ring. Got him, he's going to spin him around and throw him out onto the hard concrete.
Out onto that rampway, and that's 3/4 inch plywood on that rampway. There's no padding there. And Quinn Magnum's up on the top turnbuckle here, Doc.
And here he comes down on the challenger. Both men on that hard ramp leading back to the locker room. The Colonel is down and he's dazed, and Quinn Magnum throwing a victory lap around the squared circle.
Quinn is definitely fired up for his first title defense here.
Colonel's going to try to limp his way valiantly back into the ring. And there he is. Now this referee's going to try to let Quinn Magnum get him in clearly. The Colonel's back in, but I don't know how clean that was. He got him down, and
he's in the ropes, though.
Colonel able to hook that rope with his right elbow. How long is Magnum going to let him try to catch his breath under there? Not for long. Now he's going to take him off the far rope. Colonel ducks under a clothesline.
Oh, there's an offense press from Colonel Payne. And he's delivering raining blows down on Quinn Magnum's head.
Got him covered, too, but he again doesn't hook the leg.
Now, Colonel Payne is getting a little anxious in his desire to gain that PWX Heavyweight title, and he's just forgetting the small details.
That's right, and the championships are won and lost in the details. Wrestlers like this, with this experience and this ability, pretty close, but what separates a champion from a challenger is attention to detail.
Oh, Quinn Magnum comes down off the top turnbuckle and slams Colonel Payne down on the back of his head.
Now, setting the Colonel up for and delivering a modified version of the pile driver. 1, 2, 3, a quick count.
Doc, go ahead down and get a word with Gentleman Joe and the new PWX champion, Quinn Magnum.
Champ! Champ, congratulations on your first title defense. A valiant try by Colonel Payne, but you sure did put a hurting on him tonight.
Oh, you're right. It's just too damn easy being the best. Anybody super rough getting real with me, just want to get their ass kicked.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. He's the PWX champion, Quinn Magnum.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
Well, there they are, folks. They're the tag team champions, the wrong crowd.
We've got all of the wrong crowd out here. We got the champs, we got Mr. Big, and of course, Jimmy Anjel.
Jimmy Anjel in singles competition should have his hands full here tonight. I think if I were about to fight this next guy, I might have 3 guys in my corner too, CK.
I don't blame him.
I'll tell you, that is just the essence of cockiness and attitude. But, hey, when you're the champion, it ain't being cocky, it's being confident.
That's exactly right. I don't like them, but I'll tell you what, I respect them. They're good wrestlers. I'll give them that.
And now, making his way to the squared circle. The #1 gate attraction in the Pro Wrestling Express, it's the one-man party!
Gator, I'll tell you what, ever since he got back from Vegas, I don't think he's been quite right. He's been a little bit different about him.
He took a trip to Vegas to collect his head. He collected big money at the craps table and realized there's a little bit more to life than smoked pork rinds and hillbilly music.
Hey, you know what? My instinct tells me he didn't have much problem collecting his winnings out there in Vegas. I don't think they gave him a hard time.
I'll bet you they put it right in his pocket or wherever else he wanted it. Gator, after a month's worth of wine, women, and song in Vegas, he's back now and he's tearing up things in the Pro Wrestling Express. Jimmy Anjel is truly going to have his hands full tonight. Well, the one-man party is set. You can just tell. You can look at his face. You can tell. There's a gentlemanly maneuver helping the members of the wrong crowd out. Boy, the Gator's just here to have fun.
That's
Big
exactly
old
it.
country boy like that. He loves to wrestle. He loves it for the sheer sake of the sport.
He looks good. He's having a lot of fun, and you can tell. It really shows.
Now we're going to get underway. Boy, there's certainly a contrast in body styles, not to mention wrestling experience and ability.
Well, that's right. Jimmy Angel's actually come on pretty strong here as of late. And, of course, being a member of the wrong crowd, that's really got to be the real purpose behind it. But, of course, Gator's a former tag champ here, and he's multiple-time tag team champion, as a matter of fact. He was a tag team champion with Country Boy Chris, and then he was for a long time with Colonel Payne. So I'll tell you what, Gator knows his way around that ring, and he knows how to prep for big matches. So this will be interesting to see how they match up.
Now, you are a former tag champion. When you wrestled in singles competition, CK, what did you have to do differently to prepare?
Well, first of all, you had to recondition your body because you have to have a lot more stamina to wrestle singles than you do for tag. And it really required just a whole different way of training. You lay off the weights a little bit, you have to hit the road and do some running and really just build up your stamina.
No quick tags, no in and out, strictly you against your opponent.
You have to pace yourself a lot better too because, you know, with a tag team you can actually lay it on and really do a lot of high impact moves, but when you're out there with the singles, if you do that, you're going to wear yourself out very quickly.
Now, a man like the Gator, It absolutely behooves him to try to end these matches as quickly as possible, because when you're talking about wind, you're not talking about the Gator's strong suit.
That's exactly right. And also the Gator, just looking at his size, he's going to have to stay on his feet. And that's how, when they lost the tag team title, that's exactly what the Wrong Crowd did. They took him off his feet and they wore him down, and that is really the only way to beat Gator.
They took the pins out from under the big man, worked over that right knee, as I recall.
But of course, how are you going to get him down when it's just you in there by yourself?
And he follows the smaller man into the corner, the big splash. Holy Moses, I don't think I've seen a maneuver like that since the heyday of old Haystacks Calhoun, CK.
That's a big man. That's a lot of weight coming in
when you got
against you.
700 pounds coming at you at 15 miles an hour across that squared circle, I'm talking about a lot of momentum.
That's exactly right.
You might need Albert Einstein to figure out the force behind that maneuver.
If you figure it out, don't tell Jimmy Anjel. I don't know if he wants to know.
No, I think he knows all too well.
Here we go.
And Gator's got him up. What's he going to do with him?
Bam!
Just a tremendous maneuver. He brought all 700 pounds down across the solar plexus.
That's it. That is it.
And that's going to be all she wrote for Jimmy Anjel.
Just too much. He was just too much for Jimmy Anjel. Hey, Jimmy Anjel, you're getting a lot more experience. You're getting better, but hey, maybe next time. Don't be taking on Gator unless you're ready to face him. And here we go with the victory dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. It's the one-man party, the Gator. What an impressive performance. You looked ready to go.
He doesn't have too much, huh, Doc? What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, Gator, anyone gets in the rings with 700 pounds of green sparklies, no one's going to have much.
Harder. My grandmother farted harder.
There's some words from the Gator about Jimmy Angel's wrestling ability.
Now, here's the deal. Commercial advertisements are supposed to sell you something. The more annoying the ad, the more likely you are to watch it. Lately, it seems companies have come up with a truly annoying way to sell you their product. Highly stylized commercials using an obscure character just wandering around, spouting off the incredible value of their product. And the camera keeps shaking around, giving odd angles, extreme close-ups, generally making you nauseous. Bottom line, why pay big bucks to a big name to memorize a bunch of lines when you can cut the budget by using one camera, a cheap actor, and a pair of scissors?
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.
There it was, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it with your own eyes. Tarantula finally getting revenge from the honeymoon ambush. Join us again next week, because at Pro Wrestling Express, you never know what you might see.
Are you tired of a wet basement? We at A Better Choice Waterproofing and Restoration would like you to know about our exclusive Permacrete method. Why dig or excavate? Most basement waterproofing can be done with our PennDOT-approved, environmentally safe strengthening agent, Permacrete. We offer free estimates, transferable and written warranties. Call 1-800-343-2357 so your family can make a better choice.
Pro Wrestling Express, Western Pennsylvania's biggest, best, and most exciting wrestling promotion, returns to the Pittsburgh area every 3 weeks with bone-jarring, back-breaking, in-your-face action. Call 673-2811 for information. Find out what the WWF already knows. Wrestling in Pittsburgh means PWX 673-2811.